Good morning, dear students. Welcome back. So last class we studied what is percentage composition and what is empirical formula, molecular formula, and how to determine the empirical formula from percentage composition. And here now we are going to study another part of this basic concept, that is stoichiometry. Stoichiometry. Metry means measurement, stoichion in a ratio. Okay, so the ratio measurement of different molecules, different compounds, elements, etc. So what is this stoichiometry? That means, so whenever any chemical reaction takes place, always the reactants react according to their equivalent masses or according to some molar ratio. So whenever we represent a balanced chemical equation, so in a balanced chemical equation, there are the reactants and products are in different ratio, and always the reaction takes place according to that ratio only. What is the balanced chemical formula? For example, when we take H2 gas plus O2 gas give rise to 2H2O liquid, and the balance form is 2H2 plus O2 give rise to 2H2O. So here see the balanced equation. So here the reaction takes place in the ratio of 2 volume of hydrogen, 1 volume of oxygen. They react to form 2 moles of water. Or if we take the weight also, so they also react according to their molar ratio. So whenever any chemical reaction takes place or in a balanced chemical reaction, generally what are the coefficients? According to that coefficients, the reaction takes place according to that molar ratio. What is the coefficients given? According to that molar ratio, the chemical reaction actually takes place. So in this way, what is the amount of reactants to react to give any amount of product, that can be known from the balanced chemical equation. So that measurement is known as your stoichiometric measurement. And there are generally 3 types of stoichiometric measurement. Okay, so one is, that is mass-mass relationship, mass and mass relationship, stoichiometric calculation related to mass-mass relation. Then mass volume relation, mass and volume relation. According to the reaction takes place according to mass-mass, mass volume, or volume relation. Volume relation. So mass-mass, mass volume, or volume relation. And all generally, whether mass-mass, mass volume, or volume, all actually takes place in case of mole relation. So we can say all these are according to their molar ratio, or we can say mole relation. Mole relation. So if you can solve any mass, etc., or volume, etc., so first find out the mole relation and then convert it either into mass or volume or anything else what is given, mass, volume, or if number given, and also find out the number also in this case. So how to calculate this type of problems? How to solve this type of problem? So first thing it requires, you have to know the mole concept. So this stoichiometric calculation based on 2 concepts. One is balanced chemical equation. Balanced chemical equation. and another is mole concept. So basing on these two concepts, a balanced chemical equation and according to mole concept, you can solve this type of stoichiometric calculations. Okay. So then what you have to do to calculate this type of stoichiometric calculation? So first you have to write a balanced chemical equation. Balanced chemical equation in molecular form. So first we have to write a balanced chemical equation. Then underline what are the compounds, weight of the compounds or mass of the compounds or volume of the compounds given or asked. Underline that, and what value given also write down below that. Okay. Next, so first you have to write balanced chemical equation. Then you have to identify what are the reactants weight given or what are the products weight given or reactants weight asked or products weight asked. Then write down what is the molar mass or molar volume or moles below the reactants or products. Then by just solving the simple mathematical calculations by unitary method, you can solve that type of problem. So first balanced chemical equation, next identification of reagents, then you have to write the either molar mass or molar volume below them. What are the reagents asked or what are given? Below that you have to write the molar mass and molar volume. Then you have to solve by unitary method. That is simple mathematical calculation. So in this way you can solve this type of problem. Let us discuss one by one. Okay. So first a stoichiometry based on mass-mass relationship. First based on mass-mass relationship. For example, what amount of carbon dioxide is produced by burning? What amount of carbon dioxide is produced by burning 32 gram of methane? Question given. What amount of carbon dioxide is produced by burning suppose 24 gram of carbon, by burning 24 gram of carbon. So in this way you have to, I have given first question. Okay, 24 gram of carbon. So first you have to write the balanced equation for it. So C solid, carbon in solid form, so I am writing here. Then O2 gas give rise to CO2 gas. And here this is the molar ratio 1:1:1. Okay, given. So this is 1 mole. If this is 1 mole, So we have to first identify given carbon dioxide carbon, so carbon and carbon dioxide. So the carbon has weight given 1 mole and it is also 1 mole produced first thing. So 1 mole of carbon has weight, its gram atomic mass, that is equal to how much? 12 gram. And carbon dioxide, how much? The carbon dioxide has weight 1 mole, it has also, so 1 mole of carbon dioxide has weight, that is equal to 44 gram. Then we have to solve by unitary method, that is 12 gram of carbon on burning gives 44 gram of carbon dioxide. Then 24 gram of carbon on burning gives, it is equal to 44 by 12 into 24, that is 88 gram of carbon dioxide. Now the weight of carbon dioxide. So what amount of carbon dioxide is produced? 88 gram of carbon dioxide is produced by burning 24 gram of carbon. So look here, there are some problems based on mass-mass relationship. How many moles of methane are required to produce 22 gram of carbon dioxide? So first we have to write a balanced equation for this. So CH4 plus 2O2 give rise to CO2 plus 2H2O. So this is the balanced equation. You know this is in gaseous form. Okay, these are gas. This is in liquid form. And this is 1 mole, 2 mole, 1 mole, 2 mole. Okay, given how many moles of methane? So mole relation given. This is 1 mole required to produce 22 gram. Here also 1 mole, and for 1 mole this is equal to 44 gram. Its gram molecular mass is 44 gram. So in this way 44 gram of carbon dioxide produced for 1 mole. Then solve by unitary method. 44 gram of carbon dioxide produced by 1 mole of methane. In this way 22 gram of carbon dioxide produced by, that is 1 by 44 into 22, that is equal to 0.5 mole. So how many moles? 0.5 moles of methane are required. Here the question also based on methane, that's it. So I am keeping the same equation. Same equation is here. Okay. This is your question number 3. Now come to solve the question number 2. So here given, calculate the amount of water produced by the combustion of 32 gram of methane. So when we take about amount of water, so here this is 1 mole, 2 mole and 1 mole, this is 2 mole, and one given amount of water is asked and given methane value has given. So as it's 1 mole, for 1 mole its weight is 12 plus 4, that is equal to 16 gram. So its gram atomic mass, gram molecular mass is 16 gram, and its 2 into water has molecular mass 18 gram. So as it is given 2H2O, so 2 into 18 gram, this is 1, this is 16 gram. So 16 gram of methane gives 36 gram of water. Okay, 16 gram of methane gives 36 gram of water. Then 32 gram of methane gives 36 by 16 into 32, that is equal to 72 gram of water. So in this way, the amount of water produced, that is 72 gram of water is produced. Okay. Next come to question number 1. What mass of copper oxide will be obtained by heating 12.35 gram of copper carbonate? So first write down the balanced equation for that. Copper carbonate CuCO3 on heating gives CuO plus CO2. Next, mass given, so copper carbonate given and asked about copper oxide. Then what is the gram molecular mass of copper carbonate? First find out. So copper has 63.5, carbon 12 and oxygen, 1 oxygen 16, 3 oxygen. In this way, that is 48. So 3 is 123.5. So this value 123.5 gram. And copper oxide, that is 63.5, and copper has weight, so oxygen has weight 16. So 5, 9 and 79.5. Copper has 63.5, oxygen has 16, 79.5. So 79.5 gram and gram. Okay. Now given 12.35. So 123.5 gram of copper carbonate gives 79.5 gram of copper oxide. Then 12.35 gram of copper carbonate gives 79.5 by 123.5 into 12.35, that is 7.95 gram. So what mass of copper oxide will be obtained? 7.95 gram of copper oxide will be obtained. Next, let us solve some problems based on mass volume relationship. Okay. So here 3 questions are there. Let us solve. First 1, then 2, then 3, because 3 number is somehow tricky. So in this way, first let us solve the question number 1. Potassium chlorate on heating decomposes to give potassium chloride and oxygen. What is the volume of oxygen at NTP liberated from 0.1 mole of potassium chlorate? So here mole given and volume given, mole volume relationship given. So first write down what is the balanced equation for that. So answer for question number 1. Okay. So KClO3 on heating gives KCl plus O2. So 2 KClO3 give rise to 2 KCl plus 3 O2. This is the balanced equation. Okay, so 2 moles of KClO3 now gives 3 moles of oxygen, that is 3 moles of oxygen. 2 moles of KClO3 gives 3 moles of oxygen. But given this is in moles and this is given in volume, so 3 moles, 1 moles of oxygen at NTP. Condition is that given NTP. So 1 mole of oxygen at NTP has volume 22.4 liter. That is its gram molecular volume. So in this way, that is 22.4 liters. So 1 mole has 22.4 liter. In this 3 mole has 3 into 22.4 liter. Okay. So 2 moles of KClO3 gives 3 into 22.4 liter, that is 67.2 liter of oxygen. So 3 into 4, 67.22.4 into 3, that is equal to 67.2 liter of oxygen. Then 0.1 mole of potassium chloride gives 67.2 divided by 2 into 0.1, that is equal to 3.36 liter. So in this 0.1 mole of potassium chloride on heating gives 3.36 liter of 3.36 liter of oxygen. Next come to question number 2. So what mass of calcium carbonate required to produce 4.48 liter of carbon dioxide at NTP? So given CaCO3, first balanced equation, on heating gives CaO plus CO2. And what is this molecular mass? 40 plus 12 plus 48, that is equal to 100 gram. And carbon dioxide has volume 22.4 liter. Now 22.4 liter of carbon dioxide produced by calcium carbonate, that is equal to 100 gram. Then 4.48 liter of carbon dioxide produced by calcium carbonate, 100 by 22.4 into 4.48. That is equal to 20 gram. So 20 gram of calcium carbonate on heating gives 4.48 liter of carbon dioxide. Next come to question number 3. So calculate the amount of potassium chloride required to supply sufficient oxygen for burning 112 liter of carbon dioxide gas at NTP. So here 2 equations are there. You can solve this question 2 times, or if you solve this equation by writing one overall equation, then also you can solve by only one method, one step. So either you can solve by 2 steps or you can solve by 1 step. So first is, when potassium chloride heated, it gives potassium chloride and oxygen, and that oxygen is utilized for the reaction of carbon monoxide to form carbon dioxide. So first find out what is the amount of oxygen required. Then that much of oxygen is obtained from what is the amount of potassium chloride. So first equation is 2KClO3 give rise to 2KCl plus 3O2. Then burning and carbon monoxide on burning CO plus O2 give rise to 2CO2. So first you can solve what is the amount of carbon dioxide, what is the amount of oxygen required for the burning of 111.2 liter of carbon monoxide. So for 112 liter of carbon monoxide, what is the amount of oxygen required? First find out, and from that you can find out what is the amount of oxygen required from here. Find out after finding out this oxygen, and that much of amount of oxygen is evolved or produced from how much of potassium chlorate. Then you can find out. But here I am going to add these two equations and writing one equation so that I can solve this just by one method, one step. So first, potassium chlorate 2 KCl plus 3O2 and 2 CO plus O2 2 CO2. So as there are 3 oxygen, so multiply this equation by 3 so that these oxygens are utilized. What oxygen produced here, that oxygens are utilized here. In this way, the overall equation is 2 KClO3 plus 6 CO, multiply this 2 KClO3 plus 6 CO give rise to 2 KCl plus 6 CO2. So this undergone combustion, so 6 into 22.4 liter, and here the mass 2 into potassium has mass, that is 39, 35.5, and oxygen, that is 48. In this way, its mass is 122.5. That is 2 into 122.5 gram. So potassium chlorate and this much of carbon monoxide. Then we are going to solve this. So for 6 into 22.4 liter of carbon dioxide is burned by potassium chlorate, that is equal to 2 into 122.5, that is equal to 245 gram. So 6 into 22.4 liter of carbon dioxide is burned by potassium chlorate, 245 gram. Then 112 liter of carbon dioxide is burned by potassium chlorate, that is equal to 245 by 6 into 22.4 liter, then multiplied by 112 liter. So solve this, very easy to solve. That is equal to 204.167 gram. 204.167 gram. Okay. So the amount of potassium chlorate required is equal to 204.16 gram, of which is required to supply sufficient oxygen for the burning of 102 liter of carbon dioxide gas at NTP. Now let us solve some problems relating to volume relationship or volume mole relationship. So what volume of oxygen at NTP is needed to cause the complete combustion of 200 ml of acetylene or also calculate the volume of carbon dioxide formed. So first write down the balanced equation for this. So C2H2 plus O2 give rise to CO2 plus H2O, and the balanced form of this equation is 2C2H2 plus 5O2 give rise to 4CO2 plus 2H2O. So the balanced form of this equation is this much. Now all is volume given. This is 2 mole, 5 mole, 4 mole, and water is this not, it is a liquid, its volume is different. As all these three are gases, so this is 2 mole, 5 mole and 4 mole. So in this year's volume is 2 into 22.4 liter. As the question is given in ml, I am writing here ml, 22400 ml, and this is also 5 into 22400 ml, and this is also 4 into 22,400 ml. Okay. So what volume of oxygen needed to cause 200 ml of, so 2 into 22400 ml of acetylene require 5 into 22,400 ml of oxygen. Then 200 ml of acetylene require, so 5 into 22,400 divided by 2 into 22,400 into 200. Okay, so this value that is equal to 500 ml. So what volume of oxygen required? That is equal to 500 ml of oxygen is required. And again the question is asked, what also calculate the volume of carbon dioxide produced. So again, for calculating the volume of carbon dioxide, 2 into 22,400 ml of acetylene so 2 moles, 2 into 22,000 ml, 22,400 ml, 2 into 400 ml of acetylene gives 4 into 22,400 ml of carbon dioxide. Then 200 ml of acetylene gives, that is 4 into 22,400 divided by 2 into 22,400 into, that is 200. So that is equal to 400 ml. Okay, so in this way 400 ml. So in this way you can solve this type of problem. Next come to another question. That is question number 2. 5.6 liter of methane gas are ignited in oxygen gas. Calculate the number of moles of carbon dioxide formed. So again balanced equation, CH4 gas plus 2O2 gas give rise to CO2 gas, 2H2O liquid. Okay, so this is 1 mole and this is also carbon dioxide, also 1 mole. In oxygen gas, calculate the number of moles of carbon dioxide. And what is its volume at NTP? That is 22.4 liter. So this is 22.4 liter, then this is 1 mole. And when this is 5.6 liter, and when this is 5.6 liter, this is how much mole? So 22.4 liter of methane gives 1 mole of carbon dioxide. Then 5.6 liter of methane gives 1 by 22.4 by 5.6, that is equal to 1 by 4 is 0.25 mole. 0.25 mole. So how many moles are there produced? 0.25 mole of carbon dioxide is produced. So up to this for today, and next class we will discuss some other portion of this chapter.